I came out to check out the cold damage, but first I'm going to take some loquat fruit because I have family in town. Now these probably won't fruit. I would say these have been damaged by the cold. Although the fruit that's on the tree is just getting ready to be ripe. Further in we can see some cold damage on these peppers. These are really cool pepper plants. They're from Peru. And we'll see some more, although the sherbet berries definitely suffered. No surprise here, the papayas, cold damage. Here's another sherbet berry. You can see the leaves are turning brown. Some of them have folded in. They're going to send their sugars back into the plant. Some of the blackberries didn't love the cold. If we look, the bananas aren't loving the cold. You can see the different colored leaves. You can see over here, not loving it. Neither are the Mexican sunflowers. The sherbet berry is not super happy. June plum actually has new growth on it. And the new growth, oh, maybe a little cold damage on the tips. Can you see that? The brown tips there. Although for the most part, I'm pretty happy about this. Let's just go back in here because this is interesting about the sea grape. Now, I plant for warmth protection. It's not a perfect system and it's not fully finished yet. But check out how well most of these sea grape leaves are doing. There's a little bit of cold damage on them, but on this side of the plant, they're mostly doing pretty well. I mean, if you look at them from the bottom, yeah, they'll look browner, but check them out from the top, this one is brown. But they're mostly doing pretty well. Now, if we just pop over our papaya, whoop, okay, come to this side of the plant where I don't have a lot of cold protection. See this green sugar apple? The leaves are closing. He wants to send sugar back into the plant. These leaves are going to prepare to fall off. There's some green over here, right? And then where it's exposed over here, you can really see the cold damage quite well. Now beautifully, blackberry jam fruit tree, avocado tree, peanut butter tree, they're doing all right. The carambola tree looks okay. I'm not upset about this. The fruit doesn't look great, but the tree itself looks pretty good. We did have a chill and then we had some warmth, so I'm not surprised that the stone fruit is pushing new growth up here, down here. It has a few buds on it. However, I don't expect a lot of fruit because it's been so warm here in Central Florida. It feels like our temperature is just consistently rising. Let's see. Again, papaya tree didn't do great, but this finger lime looks like he's doing all right. I don't see a ton of cold, whereas I do here. This mango did not love the cold. Let's keep going. Check out this patomba. Remember, planting for warmth protection. This is a tropical plant. It's from Peru. It wants tropical weather. It has a little bit of cold damage. See that? Although it's nestled right in with the sea grapes. It's nestled right in with the sea grapes, who, when they're right up close to it, did a lot better than those who are hanging out here in the open. See? Exposed to cold, didn't do great. Sharing energy, did a lot better. Ooh, this poor little mango tree does not look happy. But remember, when you see cold damage like this, or the star cherry tree took a hit, you can see some of these leaves are beautiful and some of them are damaged. Don't do anything. Don't do anything right away. Just hang out, sit with it. Let's see how things go. Barbados cherry tree is wonderful for sharing warmth and for staying green, keeping its leaves. Loquat tree over here in this little pocket of warmth right here. The loquat is doing spectacular. The bananas on this side did really well. Over here, this carambola is doing great. Firebush is doing great. So when you see the cold damage, don't freak out, but don't also do anything. See the cecropia? That cecropia did not like the cold, and I planted it specifically on the side of the house, the south side of the house, so it would get less wind from the north, next to sherbet berry, next to sugarcane, next to cactus, it is actually protecting that little tree down there, the lychee, because they'll grow to different heights. It's got some warmth from that fire bush. It's got some protection from this fire bush, but that still wasn't enough to fully protect it. Katuk does well though. That's a plus. And the passion fruit seems to be doing quite well. These sticks, that's not cold damage, that's just cassava. The star apple here, not loving the cold. Yeah, I'm a little bummed, but you know, I'm really not overly bummed because I know that this is a strong food forest and things are gonna come back. This root beer plant, not happy one bit. Jabos don't, these jabos, whoop, a little cold damage on that one. They didn't seem to love the cold, but they seem to be okay, fortunately, because there's not a lot planted around them to really offer them enough warmth. I had more and then I pulled it out, and you know, it's always delicate. Do I take the time to weed and pull everything back and make it nice for spring? Or do I leave the weeds in and pull them out in spring when it'll be tougher and use the weeds as my warmth protection? This strawberry tree is not thrilled. So this year, what I've done in the past is I've left the weeds. Whoa, look at that ginger. Hello. You are some unhappy ginger. But and this mango's like, yay, it's spring, let me loose, put me in, coach. So, anyhow, what I've done in the past is I've pulled the weeds in the spring. But then it's a huge job and I'm messing with not just the weeds, but when the weeds are underground, their roots. The roots from the weeds, they intermix with the roots from the plants I really like. Hello, mango. And that's not great. So then I'm messing with roots from plants that I really like when I want them to be fruiting. So instead of telling them, yeah, go ahead and fruit, they're sending their energy down to mess with their roots that I've just disturbed. So here's some cold damage on the bananas. That's a good example. Anyway, this year I pulled the weeds. And maybe if I'd left them, I wouldn't have so much cold damage. But maybe I would. You know, there's no way to know. This is the crepe myrtle I just took off. Right at my thigh level. Luckily for me, crepe myrtles are very forgiving. Although, I had to, and let me tell you why. This mango tree is more important to me than this crepe myrtle tree. Just like the other one, I'm gonna get some ugly little knobs on it. And it's sending up all these little shoots out of the sides, because what happens is when you cause an injury in the tree, I've just learned this, it's really cool. So see how this has all these shoots coming up right where I caused the injury? I cut it and it says, it's okay. And like here's a good example, right here in front of me. Where am I? There we go. There's shoots that are coming straight off of it. See? Injury at the top, shoot at the bottom. So these are all a response to injury. Although having them there blocks some of the other stuff that I'm growing. And this looks like a Chinese orchid. And these are invasive and thorny in my experience. So what I wouldn't mind doing when I have more time is to come out and pull these suckers off. Yeah, there's, see? You see that thorn right there? Here. Yeah. See that? This is not just like a wraparound sprig. Can you see this? Where am I? Here's, find my hand. My phone's caught, sorry. There. So that's a thorn. Here's the thorn down here. See that? So, thorny, invasive, very much disliked. They will be going in my burn pile. But that's the hap. That's the situation. Oh, let's check on these. Oh man, I really want my Panadol to do well. And that took a hit from the cold. Can you see that? See, these are just falling right off. But the fence seems to be doing well. There was one other hit that we took, and I don't know if this is cold related, although I sort of suspect that it is. We've had chickens for 5, 6 years, something like that, and knock on wood, predators haven't been too horrible of a problem so far, you know? Other than the neighbor's dog, everything's been one or two here and there. Like one. But, and take a look. We have a lot of overhead protection. It's not perfect. There's also a lot of open areas. Although where the chickens love to be, in here, back under there, and over here, there's a lot of overhead protection. Well, last week we suffered a loss. A hawk came down and grabbed one of the chickens, so I locked him up for a few days. I was hoping the hawk would forget. But here's the thing. See all these white feathers? Yesterday a hawk came back and tried to get my Foggy. She's a leghorn, but I call her foghorn leghorn. And luckily she survived. She's in isolation right now. She's with Elvis because Elvis is on medicine. But tried to get Foggy. Oh wait, let me pause my story. Look at this. Panadol with warmth from nearby. Ooh, this ice cream bean did not like the cold. Look at that. But this Panadol is doing a lot better. Now this ice cream bean, I need to come in and cut it. And I suspect that I will be cutting off this branch. And that doesn't bother me because it's only one here. Probably maybe that one. And then up here, I'm gonna need to do some trimming. My guess is that that's kind of a nice U and that's a nice U, so my teacher might be all right with it, but I'm gonna have to take off this branch. And that is going to be a problem, you can see, because up there it's going to rub. So I might also need to take off this branch. That's my guess. But we'll see. I don't know a ton about fruit tree pruning. I've just been doing it. Anyway, back to the chickens. It's so cold out that my guess is that that's why the hawks are coming now, is they're probably not finding other food. Because my chickens are pretty big chickens. And if the hawks... Oh, that sherbet berry is not ripe yet. If the hawks are going after them, then there's something else they're not getting. All right. I know you're still losing some feathers, aren't you, Foggy? She's rough, isn't she? Hi, Elvie. The other day, it sounded like Elvis had a gape worm, which is a worm shaped like a Y, like this, and it attaches its sides to the throat, and it sucks his blood. And it can be fatal. It may not have been, but Elvis was wheezing and could barely breathe. Oh, it was just the saddest sound. So anyway, I'm treating her for gape worm. It could have just been a scratched throat, but the thing is, you treat for 3 to 5 days and then you stop and then you treat again in case the worm had babies. So we got to get out any babies. Elvis is one of my favorites. So is Foggy. Elvis is a little bantam. She's a little girl. She's a little chubby girl because she eats so well. Yeah, I'm going to get them some protein. They have plenty of food, plenty of water. They're safe in here. They're warm enough in here. Just I thought that Foggy needed a break. As those feathers grow in, that's going to be really painful for her. Poor baby. Sally does still receive a little special treatment. She came in today and she hung out for a little bit with our new guinea pigs. And she got a few extra treats. And she's doing really well. And I'm so proud of all the other chickens for not pecking at her or picking on her. And for the roosters to be leaving her alone. See, there's no fear. No fear. Just a one-legged hopper. You can do it, Sal. There she goes. Okay. See all my babies later.